Welcome to your community page. This is the first page that your clients will see when they log into your portal. Some of you may have already had the portal styled while others are doing it themselves. And of course, you are more than welcome to reach out to us with any questions or if you need help. But nevertheless, all portals start out very basic, so they will be gray at the top. You will not see any of the menu icons there. So let's take a look at what actually makes your portal come alive. So these icons that you see here at the top, they will help you navigate your system. These are not the icons that your clients will have available to them. So you have different types of icons. So let's take a look, where do they all actually reside? If you look at these 9 small squares here, if you hover over them, it will say My Apps, and you click on those, you will get your apps menu. So all of your icons are actually hiding right in there, and you can easily select any of the items from this portal and drag them up into the menu bar or back down if you don't need to use them. You do not have to have them in the menu bar at the top. It's just for a quick navigation, but if you prefer to have a clean bar at the top, then of course you can easily drag them all back down here and not even worry about them. And of course, you can also rearrange the icons, just as you can easily discard them back into the menu. You can put them in the order of priority depending which parts of your system you will be using the most to kind of allow ease of access. So also, I wanted to point out to you right quick before we deviate from this part, if you click on the More Apps tab right here where you see the plus, not only will it show you all of the apps that you have available, but also if you scroll down to the bottom, you will be able to see that your clients are able to download the proprietary app for the meal plans as well as for the fitness app. So whether they have Android or iOS, we have those copies here, and all they have to do is simply click on one of the tabs and it will take them into the online store to purchase these items. So they can do it from their phone, or they can just as easily go to their online store and just type in Virtuagym fitness app, and it will pull up the fitness app and of course the nutrition app. Now, the thing that I would like to point out to you about the nutrition app, very much like Facebook and Facebook Messenger, once you download the nutrition app, your clients don't actually have to go and log into it separately every time they wish to access their nutrition. It will be then available to them directly from your main fitness portal, or if they like to keep it separate, of course they could have both on hand and ready for access. Okay, so let's go back to our community page, and we can always do that quite easily for pretty much every section of the portal just by clicking on our company logo here at the top left. So your logo will be displayed here, and you can simply click on that logo and it will take you back to your community page from pretty much every section of your portal, regardless where you are. So let's take a look at your options here. So of course you are able to edit the group information, which will allow you to change your welcome message, change the image, as well as the background of the community bar. Make sure to go ahead and take a look at it and personalize it. That way you can make the portal look as welcoming and as personalized as possible. Of course, you have probably already noticed the option to create a poll. Polls are a great way for you to get to know your clients better, as well as their wants and needs, and maybe even do some market research. So for example, I am interested in introducing acupuncture to my clients, so I have asked them a couple of questions to see what specific aspects of acupuncture would be of interest to them. The polls, as you can see, are anonymous, so 2 people have voted. I have no way of seeing who voted, and that is a great way for you to truly get your client's opinion without them having to worry that maybe they will not give you the answer that you wish for them to give you. And of course, you can create several different types of polls and then find out what kind of services maybe your clients are more inclined to request, whether they're more interested in working out in large groups and large classes if that's something you're not offering right now, or maybe they're more interested in semi-private or completely private, or maybe they just kind of want you to leave them alone. So all of these are good things to know. And as you can see, some of our clients actually just prefer chocolate cake. That's also a good option as long as you keep working out. So how do you create a poll? It's very simple. You would click on the create a poll option and put in the question that you would like to ask your clients and give them a couple of options for the answer. Once you hit submit, the poll will appear right here on your portal, and your clients will be able to take it and provide you with the necessary information that you're seeking. Also, before we move too far away from this section, you probably have already noticed the sliding banners. Now, sliding banners are a great way for you to promote your business in many ways. For example, you can put up your Facebook page or your website. You can also advertise any kind of community events that you're organizing or you may be taking a part in. But also, it's a great way to make a little bit of an extra cash. So as you can see, I have martial arts gear company and healthy meal delivery company. They're both local in the area, and I put their banner there. If my clients click on that banner, it will take them to the website of that business where they will be able to place an order. So how does that benefit you? You can do basically a tit-for-tat advertisement. So if you put their banner on your page, maybe they'll put your banner on their page. Or another way is simply rent out the space. So you could rent out the space for $5, $10, $15 a month, depending, of course, on the size of your community and what you have to offer to them, and basically run the advertisement for a set time or indefinitely. Completely depends on your agreement with that client. So how to set up the scrolling banners, I will actually be showing you much later once we go into the business settings. If you are anxious to find out more, you're more than welcome to jump in here. It is under the marketing section, but we will not be going into the business settings in this part of the webinar. It will be in our part 2 webinar. But for now, just keep in mind that this is something that you have available. And of course, you're always welcome to explore on your own. Speaking of exploring on your own, make sure, if you have not done so yet, to go into the Academy and complete it. This will guide you through your system setup, and it will be just as helpful as going through this webinar. So make sure you don't miss out on all the tutorials that we have available here, as well as wonderful articles on support and advice to help you make your business not only personalized but also very successful and thriving. And of course, we have the chat option available right here in the bottom right hand corner. If you click on that chat option, it will give you an opportunity to speak to our representatives live. Of course, it is during the office hours, so if you are needing help, if you're a night owl, unfortunately, you may need to wait a couple of hours for either our US or our Amsterdam office to come in to be able to assist you. But always feel free to send in a message, and even if we're not at the office at that time, we will respond to you the minute we get back in. Okay, so in this section, you are basically able to post messages, articles, videos, photos, very much like the Facebook page. You're able to share, you're able to follow your clients, and your clients are able to follow you. They're able to give you likes on the posts that you make and leave you comments, and then other people can like those comments. So it's a great way to create an interactive community. And our studies show that the more involved your clients are within your community, the more likely you are to retain them. So make sure to post things frequently as possible. So the same way that somebody would wake up in the morning to check their Instagram, check their emails, or check their Facebook, you want your clients to wake up and go to your portal and see what is everybody else saying, what is being posted, what kind of messages of encouragement that you have shared with them for the day. So to post things here is very simple. You would click on the post section, and you have the option to just type out a message. You can attach images from your computer. If you are attaching a video, I would suggest that you use YouTube. It tends to have a little bit less problems with videos being deleted the way Vimeo does. But when you do take the URL for YouTube, make sure to take it from the top of the URL bar, that long URL that they provide, rather than the small URL that you would get under the video. That tends to have a more direct link and less problems with the connection. So once you post the link here, it will appear just as a normal video on YouTube as you would share anywhere else on social media. Okay. And speaking of the community group, so of course this is the general community page, and you don't want your clients to feel isolated. If you start posting a lot about nutrition, people who are not that into nutrition will eventually stop checking the page. If you start talking a lot about yoga, people who are not that interested in yoga will also get discouraged. So kind of treat your community page here, the main page, as your living room. You want to share information that will pertain and be interesting to everybody. But of course, you do have to share specific information that is necessary for certain groups of people. So how do you do that? And for that task in mind, we have provided you an option with groups. So this is your main group. This is what you start out with. If you look in your portal right now, you will already have a group with your business name on it, but otherwise that section will be empty. In my case, I have gone ahead and created several different groups, things like nutrition and yoga, as well as advice on vitamins and supplements, and so on and so forth, and even a group for my staff where they can communicate freely about internal goings-on of the gym, or if you are working independently, you're able to communicate with your staff as they move from location to location. And the great thing about these groups, other than the fact that you're able to post things that are specifically related to that group, for example, let's take a look at the nutrition section, is that not only are you posting things here that all of your clients are wanting to see and hear. So for nutrition, I can post all about nutrition all day long, and my clients are going to eat it up. No pun intended, because that's exactly why they are here. But also you're still able to create polls within each individual group and ask people's opinion about specific articles or specific needs and wants. And of course, you can edit group information, manage group members to kind of give you a better idea as to what is happening within each individual group. Now, when you create the group, you get an option to invite or add clients. So what is the difference? Invite means they will receive an email saying, hey, I've just created this awesome group for nutrition. Would you like to be a part of it? And your client can say, oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. It's what I've been dreaming about my entire life. Or they can say, you know what, not today, maybe next Wednesday. However, if you select the add clients option, that will not give your clients an option to say yes or no. If you click on add clients, you would simply select the clients that you would like to be a part of this group, and you would click add, and at that point they are added into the group. It doesn't ask them, it simply puts them into the group right away. Of course, they have the option to leave it. It's not, they're not trapped in the group, but this way it makes it so much easier to kind of control who goes in and out. But one thing to keep in mind, if you do send an invitation to your client to join the group and they don't accept it, you will not be able to then add them manually. You would have to wait for them to accept the invitation. So decide for yourself what kind of model you want to stick to. Do you want to invite them and leave it up to them, or do you want to add them right away and just let them leave if they don't feel like they should be in that group? Now, my favorite part about these groups is that they have privacy options. So when you go to create these groups, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. If you click on add new group right here at the top, it will take you into the setup, and it's very, very simple. It's a one-page deal. You put in the group name, the description, you decide if your portal has more than one language, you would of course need to create this group in more than one language. And this is the cool part. You have the option for the group to be public, private, or secret. So public is just like my nutrition group. Anyone can join it, anyone can be a part of it. It's open and welcoming to everybody. Then I have a private groups, and so private groups, again, completely up to you what you would categorize as private. But for example, in my case, you probably saw earlier, I have a group called Just As Girls. So there's some information that's being shared that, you know, us girls like to keep to ourselves and not give away our secrets to the boys. So I would have to ask the clients to request permission to join, and then I would decide as the moderator, do they have access to that group or not. But this is my favorite part. There's a secret option, and secret option means that no one can see the group, no one can join the group unless you as the moderator send them an invitation. And why is that important? In my case, I have a group, Fight Depression with Action. So in that group, I share nutritional facts as well as workouts and things that are designed specifically for people who suffer from depression that would aid them in controlling their moods and their serotonin levels. But these people usually would not want to share personal information like that with the rest of the world without their control over who receives that information. So it's easier for me to keep the group secret. If I find out a client is suffering from depression, I would let them know, hey, I have this group where we support each other, where we share information and keep each other going. Would you like to be a part of it? If they say yes, fantastic, I add them in. If they say no, they don't have to worry about it. They're not part of it, and no one else needs to be part of their personal business. So these are great options. What you set as your public, private, and secret is, of course, your choice and your personalized options, but go ahead and take a look at that when creating your groups. And of course, you get to decide who is able to post within those groups. Employees, are the comments allowed? Do you want your members to be emailed when you post something within the group, or maybe when someone is commented? All of these things are up to you to decide what kind of privacy as well as notification settings are for each group. So that is our group section. So here's what I was saying, the Just As Girls section, nutrition, the Fight Depression with Action. I also have a group for exercise buddies to allow people who are not fans of working out by themselves to find a friend to work out with on the same day, or maybe go to class with, and things like that. What kind of groups you create, I would definitely be interested to hear about that, but this is just to give you some ideas. Also, speaking of encouraging your members to participate, if you take a look at the leaderboard option here at the top, and I'm sure you've noticed there's quite a few options here at the top. I'm not going to go into all of them. We are limited on time. So I'm just going to touch upon the things that are most important and most interesting to you. And then the rest, I still strongly suggest that you do take a look at them. They are there to help you and personalize your business but we will not be going into all of them just for the sake of time. But I do want to mention leaderboard, and the reason being is leaderboard is a great way for you to encourage your clients to register their workouts within your system, and not only the workouts that they do with you, but also anything they do outside of their time with you. So maybe they went for a hike on Saturday, maybe they did yoga in the park on Wednesday. All of these things can be added into their personal activity calendar, which I will be showing later on. But here it will basically calculate their progress, their fitness points, their calories they burned that month, and the minutes they've spent exercising. As you see so far, Tabitha is the only one that has logged her information for this month. But if we go back to even months like March, for example, you can see quite a few of the clients have been registering their information, and you can see it tallies all of that information, even gives you information where the clients are from if you deal with a lot of international clients. But why I'm pointing this out to you is that you can track from month to month each time to see who are your top 3 clients, what are they achieving. And you can create a reward system within your location or within your business that basically says, hey, top 3 clients with highest fitness points, calories burned, and minutes spent exercising will receive a reward. What kind of reward? Maybe third place would be a t-shirt with the gym's name. Maybe second place would be a free personal training session. And then first place maybe will be a huge discount from a membership, or a goodie bag with a bottle of water and a bag and a t-shirt and a hat with your business name on it. So any way to encourage your clients to take part within your system more frequently, stay focused on their fitness goals, and as well, of course, any excuse to advertise your business to the rest of the community. So that is your leaderboard. Check it out and definitely encourage your clients to be a part of it and try to strive for those top 3 spots. So now that we're done with the community, with the leaderboard, I want to go into the challenges section. So challenges is right here in between the leaderboard and groups. So if we click on that, what are challenges? Well, challenges are a great way for you to keep your clients encouraged and motivated outside of their time with you. So just as leaderboard, just as groups, just as your community page, everything is designed around client interaction. To what extent you want to be involved in your client's daily life, that's your choice, but you can take it as far as you like. You can create workouts, you can create groups, you can encourage them to stay active and focused every single day. So within these challenges, you have quite a few options. You have challenges that restart every week. So for example, the swimming challenge we have going on here, so it's ended and it's ready to start again. We also have individual challenges, for example, like this one, do 25 chin-ups at once. So it's a goal that the clients are going to work for. So there is no end date. If I sign up for this challenge until I am able to knock out 25 chin-ups in one go, this challenge will not be complete for me. Also, you have things like cumulative challenges. So maybe 1,000 reps of squats. So I don't know how many of you guys can actually knock out 1,000 reps of squats. I definitely can't. But if I slowly work towards that goal, achieving that final number, that 1,000, is definitely going to make me feel motivated to try harder and push further. But some of my favorite challenges are cumulative as a community. So this challenge right here, lift a baby elephant. If you didn't know, baby elephant on average weighs 200 pounds. So if any of the clients are lifting any amount of weight and they're part of this challenge, then that will be added towards their progress. And of course, you are able to join the challenge if it's open for everybody. You can invite people and add clients much the same way as you would do within the groups. So how do you create a challenge? If you go back into the challenge menu, you have two options. You have add challenge and new club challenge. What's the difference? If you click add challenge, it will basically create a challenge within an entire pool of Virtuagym challenges. You can still find it, but it may take you a little while. So if you're creating challenges specifically for your clients, you want to create new club challenge. So let's go ahead and click on that, and that will give us three options, three target goals overall: body metrics, performance, and body composition. So you decide what is your final goal with that. And of course, as you can see, quite a few of these challenges are pro only. So if you remember during your demo with your account manager, they probably talked about the pro option quite extensively. So pro option allows your clients to have certain access to your system that they would not be able to have if they do not have that pro membership. So one of them, of course, is challenges. Some of the groups can be restricted to pro members only, as well as some of the workout videos, nutrition plans, and so much more. If your clients don't have pro membership, then they will not be able to use the system to its full capacity. So you can either allow all of your clients to have the pro membership, or you can upsell it. So a lot of gyms and a lot of personal trainers add $2 to $3 a month extra to the memberships to give their clients that opportunity to have the pro membership and to be able to have full access to the entire system with no restrictions. Whether or not you wish to do that for your business, that's definitely something you should consider. Maybe for your initial clients, give them all pro, and then just wait for the new clients and then start selling completely your call. So let's go ahead and create a challenge. So let's say, for example, maybe we want to do something like lift weights. So you select the option, next step, and this is where you personalize it. So is this a challenge created for a person in specific, or can it be a group challenge? So we'll leave it a group challenge. Then you decide, is it a private challenge, invite only? Now remember, if you make this a private challenge, make sure to join it yourself. Otherwise, the minute you create it, you will not be able to see it because you're not part of it. So don't forget to do that. And then also, of course, is it a pro member only challenge? Do we want to add up member progress, or is it an all-in-one kind of thing? How many winners can be in the challenge, or maybe everyone can win? And then what is the purpose of the challenge? So it's a weight-lifted challenge, and is our purpose until the goal has been reached? Maybe there's an end date, which will put a ticking clock. So let's maybe put an end date. So let's say the end date will be, today is 4th of June. So we'll say 4th of July. And then our goal is weight. And what is the purpose? So total cumulative lifted, let's say maybe 100 pounds. Whoops, how do we get a 0 there? Here we go. Or maybe it's as much as you can, but we're going to say 100 pounds cumulative. So next step. And here you can decide on what is the name of the challenge, give it a description, and change its image, how it appears within your portal. But these two are really the most important parts, because once your client achieves this challenge, they will get the reward, they will get the title. So here you can see our word name, the Dominator, and then this is basically the image of the award. And once they complete that challenge, they will get a congratulatory notice saying, hey, great, you've achieved this challenge. This is amazing. Let's share this great news with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues. So it gives them an option to share it on their Facebook or on their Twitter. And if you are able to put your business name, whether it's within the award name. So for example, maybe mine will be Valhalla Fitness, the Dominator Award. Or maybe you are great at graphic design. You can create your own award images. And then that way, when they advertise their achievements, their friends, their families, their colleagues, they're able to see your business name there. And of course, the more they share, eventually they'll be like, hey, what is this Valhalla Fitness? What are these awards? What's happening? Why do you keep posting this? And they'll be like, hey, you know, I have an amazing personal trainer. I go to an amazing gym. They challenge me and keep me excited about working out, even when I'm not with them. And look at all the amazing results I'm getting out of it. And they've just given you free advertisements. And I'm all for free advertisements. So for me, this is a wonderful idea. This is a wonderful opportunity. So I would definitely suggest that you take advantage of it. Okay. And of course, don't forget, if your system is in 2 languages, make sure to create these challenges in the languages that you have selected as a secondary option. So once we click next step, we are going to basically overview the reward. Are we happy with it? Are we happy with the challenge? If we are, we go click save. If we're not, we go to the previous step to make adjustments. But I am happy with what I'm seeing, so I'll click save. And now, as you can see, the challenge has been created. And look at that. There is a countdown clock that is creating a sense of urgency, pushing your clients to achieve these goals. So this is a great way for you to push your clients to do better, to do more, and of course make sure to join the challenge yourself, and then you again getting a congratulatory notice saying, hey, you have joined the challenge or you have completed the challenge, and here are the options to share it on social media. Okay, so this is it for the challenges section. Don't forget to join, don't forget to add your clients. And for now, let's go ahead and move on from here. But since we're speaking about joining the challenges yourself, I want to show you a section. If you have noticed here at the top, next to your name, there is a drop-down arrow. If we click on that drop-down arrow, we have an option between a professional and a personal profile. So what is the purpose of that? Let's go ahead and click on the personal section. This is your view of what your client's portal would look like. So when your clients log in, their portals will look just like this. So they will be able to personalize it. They will be able to style their own banner. They'll be able to put in their picture, pick their display name if they would rather not share their personal name, as well as control of what information is being shared here at the top. They can give each other thumbs up. They can write each other messages. So this is a great way to communicate, not only you and the clients, but also the clients between themselves, to create that sense of community, which is what we're striving for here. And of course, it will keep track of calories burned, minutes that they've spent exercising, distance they traveled, and fitness points that they've earned. All of that goes to the leaderboard. Do you remember we talked about leaderboard earlier? That's exactly where that information is going to go. And again, if your client is very private, they have the option to keep this information to themselves and not share it with the rest of the group. Some people are not particularly keen on sharing these kind of achievements until they reach a certain goal. And speaking of goals, progress pictures. So if you would like for your clients to keep track of their progress pictures and see for yourself and for themselves how far they have come, this is a great place to do so. And just like on Facebook, your clients are able to follow you and you're able to follow them and keep track of their progress within the system. You can post items on your notice board and even give each other thumbs up and messages, so you can keep that community going. So as you can see here at the top, your clients also have their own menu icons. Some of them are similar to what you have, but of course they're much more restricted than what you have available as the administrator of the portal. So let's take a look at what they have. They have things like workouts. So any workouts that you create and make available for your clients to access, Think of this as your workout library. This is where they will find them. Your online shop, if you have an online shop as an option, then your clients will be able to go here and purchase their next package for workouts or nutritional training or any other service that you have to offer. The schedule will let them see what you have available and book a time with you without having to call you and email you and message you and harass you basically to find out exactly what you have going on. So they'll be able to just click here and make their reservations. Their nutrition, so again, they can keep track of the food that they've eaten, as well as maybe you have assigned them a nutrition plan. They can keep track of that nutrition plan as well. And their own activity calendar. Remember, I mentioned that earlier about writing down whether they went for a hike or for yoga or jogging or any other kind of fitness activity. All of that can be entered into the activity calendar. And of course, things like challenges, which we just looked at now, and their own progress tracking. So all of these things are available to them. And I know right now you're thinking, well, wait, can we go into those things, go back? We will, don't worry, but let's go ahead and move on for now. I will definitely touch base on each and every one of these options as we go through our training. But for now, let's go ahead and look back at the drop-down arrow. And remember, I was telling you that your clients can send each other messages and you can send messages to them. So if a message comes in, this will say 1 or 2, depending on how many messages they've received. And this drop-down arrow will pulsate slightly to alert them to the fact there is a message waiting. Of course, they are able to go into the account settings, and within these account settings they can go ahead and change the display name. They can decide what kind of units they wish to use. Is it inches and pounds, or maybe centimeters and kilograms? Those are all the options that they have available to them. So if you have clients who are from Europe, they are able to use different units other than inches and pounds. And of course, speaking of personalizing the profile, they can put in their own picture, they can upload their own banner, but we have a couple of banners for them to choose from as well. So if they're not particularly tech savvy, you don't have to worry about it. And again, I would encourage you to speak to your clients about making sure to fill out these sections, because our research shows the clients who invest more time into styling their portal and laying it out and personalizing it, they're more likely to use the portal. And if they're using the portal and they're using your services, they're less likely to fall off the wagon and eventually fall out of your business. So you definitely want to keep them motivated and excited and feel like this is the place they want to go. Some of our most successful clients see their customers logging in over 33 times a month, which means they're logging in at least once a day, whether it's to log their workouts or to log their nutrition, but they're logging in, they're putting that work in, they're putting that dedication in, and by seeing each other work so hard, they're also keeping each other motivated and encouraged. So you want that for your clients, you want them to put in that time and efforts. And of course, another option, speaking of international clients, we have the option to use 24-hour format, or if you unmark that box, then it will switch from AM to PM, and the option to change your date format to better reflect what it is more comfortable for your clients to use. Also, I know you have the option to make your portal in 2 languages, but let's say maybe your main languages within your portal are English and Spanish, but you have a client from Germany and their English is just not so hot. So they find it just much more easier if the navigation section of the portal was in their native language. Not a problem. If they go to the language section and click on the drop-down arrow, we have over 10 languages available for your clients to use, so they can select whichever language is most easiest for them to navigate the system in, click save, and that is the language that all the instructions within the system will be made in. So a great way to, again, make the portal more personalized, more comfortable, and simple for your clients to use. Now, within the email settings, they can decide how many notifications they wish to receive and for what. So you can, one thing to remember, whatever you set within your settings here will be the general setting for everybody. But once they go to personalize and make these amendments, they can personalize the portal to their needs and wants. So don't feel like you're kind of making a decision for everybody. You will just set a general standard, and then they can deviate from it to make it more comfortable for their personal use. And if at any point in time you or the clients are not quite sure exactly what the section is for, if you see this little eye, you can hover it and it will give you more information on that specific section. Okay. Email password. If your client would like to change their email or change their password, they can do so here without having to ask you to do it for them. But the most important part is privacy. I know in US specifically, clients are very sensitive about the information that they share. So this is your way to give them that comfort level that only the information that they want to share with the rest of the community will be shared. If there's anything they wish to hide, for example, maybe like progress pictures, they can easily do so. So there is no invasion of privacy happening here. They have full control over it. And speaking of privacy, as you have probably seen millions of emails from various services like Facebook and Google and everybody else, the GDPR law is coming in. In fact, it's already in effect, and of course we do have to abide by it just like everybody else. So if you later on, further down the road, need some help with your portal, if you're having troubles or have questions and you would like for us to take a look at your portal, make sure to go to the account settings, into the privacy, and move this toggle over so it's blue. And then that will allow Virtuagym to have access into your system, and we will be able to come in and take a look and see what the problem is. And it only gives us a limited time access, so if as soon as that time runs out, we will not be able to access your system again. So just like your clients can have their privacy respected, we also respect your privacy to your information. So just don't forget that if you need help with your system at all, make sure to first, before you place a call, before you send an email, come into the portal, move over the toggle, send us an email, or if you call us, just say, hey, I've already granted you access. Could you please take a look at this problem that I'm having, or this conundrum that I'm experiencing, and we will be more than happy to help you. And again, just to remind you, you can always go ahead and jump into the chat window right here, and we will be happy to help you. Now, the final part in this section that I want to point out to you is the connections. So a lot of the clients love their wearables. So we directly connect with Fitbit. So if your clients have Fitbit, it's quite easy to do. They need to log into their Fitbit account. They need to open that account for connection with us, and then also come here and connect us to their Fitbit. If your clients are using other iOS or Android devices, while we do not connect to them directly, the Apple devices can be connected to Apple Health, and the Android devices can be connected through Google Fit, and then we will connect to Apple Health and Google Fit that way. But if you have any further questions about this, of course, feel free to ask us in the chat or in the email,